I did absolutely nothing, and I was, just some random guy on the internet. Now that's a punch to the face. That's a gut punch, and it's a lie. It's misleading people. But anyways, 3 seconds to the bell. I don't want to get fired up. And it's not even just the style. It's they benefited from my teaching, my talking. You guys know me. I don't shut up, and I said too much. I explained too much, probably for what I should have been putting on live for free. That's for sure. I'm kind of on the wrong stock here, guys. I effed up right early in the day. Look at that. Look at now. I won't even sell my order. That's the whole point of doing test orders. So my idea was the break at 2. Now I don't regret anything besides the fact I took 7,000 shares. I don't regret anything except for the fact I took 7,000 shares. I thought we could get a break here on Zap. The only thing I regret is the share size I took in that trade was a little much. Digging a hole that deep in the day that's not proper trading. I think that's a lapse of judgment, big time lapse of judgment. Well, and I was talking to Blair about this, and the thing is, like, this is the kind of market where we don't get very many opportunities, right? And that's partly why I did size up. That's, I didn't. It's not like I was a complete idiot. It was also the fact that I knew, like, hey, we may only get 1 or 2 great trades today. This break of 2 and a rip to 224, that could be your trade. My entry on it was bad though. I got in way too high. So anyway, patience. Oh, I was slow on that entry. Bigger seller popped up there. See that? You see how that should have went there. I'm telling you, this market is still kind of garb. It's fighting. I'm in the hole on just a kind of a bozo trade I took. There's the halt. You're right. There's the halt. I hate these halt trading stocks. Yeah, there's some people that are good at these halt. There's some people that like these stocks that halt a lot. I can't say that I'm one of them, but maybe I will turn. So anyways, I got 650 on here. That pulls me out of the hole over here. This son of a gun. What was I doing? Whatever. I'll blame it on the holiday break. Dude, yesterday was so refreshing. Holy crap. I enjoyed every second of yesterday. the day off. Circa 2020, huh? Uh-huh. Well then, Don, that discredits everything I've said. I think that does me in. I'm tempted to I gotta cut that. What? My orders are not filling on this very nicely. Ah, the liquidity on this was the issue. I should have sold more into that pop. Dang. Ding. This last trade again is on me. I tried to sell the ask. Like I'm doing stuff on this ticker that I usually don't do, and I will have to pay the price for that. Resumption MGOL 158. Yeah, the liquidity on this. So when I started to sell, this is why I'm this is why I was talking about the liquidity was, and this is why you want to trade stocks with more volume. And this kind of trade here was not really a 50-50 scalp. This was again kind of one of those Hail Mary trades. But once I started to sell market, the bid just dropped out. There wasn't enough like volume to kind of hold the price stable. So, you know, just a little bit of abnormal selling pressure really just hammered this thing. I was up good on the trade, but I also got kind of, I'm not saying it's Charles Schwab, but orders kind of have recently been a little questionable. So in this scenario, I'm at max loss on the Zap ticker, but I'm not at max loss on the day. I'm down $650 on max loss, or I'm down $650. Yeah, I kind of forget that the float is high on Zap. I'm sorry, guys, for leading you down on Zap. I'm actually, I truly feel sorry because it is a 42 million share float. I shouldn't even be screwing with it. I'm sorry, guys. If you accept my apology, please hit the like button. If you don't accept it, then hit the dislike button. That way we can know. Holy man, we got the Warrior Group on the dip with the dip and rip deal. He may have started it, but Nah, I shouldn't do that. That's one of those places where it's like, what are you doing? Freaking Zap. And you would think it would have liquidity at that size of float. I'm like kind of done with today already emotionally. Just like done. This looks a bit extended. I may have forgot how to trade. Halt down here, MGOL. Dude, it's just so stupid because the more and more I look at Zap, it's just like, what was I doing? And now the only reason why I would trade this now, it would be because I want to try to get my money back, not because I think it's a good opportunity. I think, and that's what's this box? That's a dangerous place to be, as with a lot of other things. But from 172 to 190, that's 20 cents. You catch that with 10,000 shares, right? That's $2,000. I could wipe this number away real quick. That number can go away real quick. But that number can double and triple real quick too. And that's where it's like, shoot, as much as I want to prove to you guys that I'm not a garbage trader, today, as far as this ticker goes, I just don't think it's worth trying to, be a hero, hero or zero. But maybe what I could do is if I have trigger discipline, that means trigger as far as my mouse, trigger discipline, and I stop buying so many shares, look at that. And this is where it does kind of suck because now if I would have, but you see how that bid drops out there? That's what we call lack of stability. That's what I call. That's what I teach. And so, sure enough, some guy named whatever and Warrior invented it. Maybe, but he surely didn't teach very many people it. Apparently, or he wasn't very good at it. Or Philip, I'm just so got my head so far up my what that that could be a possibility too. I mean, who knows? I mean, who would have thought a rock flying in space would harbor life, and then we would turn into countries, and then we'd have spaceships and nuclear weapons. I mean, who would have thought, right? This is pissing me off over here. You see this? This is the kind of stuff that just makes you want to just freaking this. If you want to know why I'm so bitter this morning, it's one, this number right here, and it's two, just this. But let's see, draw. Yeah, there was no way it could hold that 173. Then it comes double bottoms and then goes like what the? I don't even think you could hyper scalp this. Like, see how well, okay, in that case, I did catch that trade. But that was me selling on the bid. Okay, yes, you can hyper scalp it, but for farmer 50 way, which is market orders only, really, this is very tough. And that is kind of partly why when I did have the big position on here, you guys, I was selling on the ask. Why was I selling the ask on this one? Because I knew it was kind of illiquid. I knew the bid sort of dropped out, right? And the whole point of me putting it on the ask instead of selling market was I didn't want to slam the bid down because that can be viewed as a negative sign. So here's just an example of how over the years, you know, you can add these nuances to things. In the case of today, I kind of regret selling on the ask. I kind of wish I should have just sold market, dumped right into this little pop here. If I was, you know, to do it over again. Hindsight 2020, right? And it's painful to see this one go, really. Eric H, I don't like the flow on Zap. Yeah, neither do I, really. Is this another halt down? 131 halt down in MGOL. Halt down 131. It's real close to that halt level, and that's what kind of makes it hard for me to buy. I don't know. To me, that should have bounced already, but that's probably one where I'm going to regret it. Yep. Sure enough. I got out break even, but you kind of see the back and forth here. It's just a little. This is definitely like a summer market. So like a true kind of just down period. Zap on mine shows 42.5 million for Zap. Yeah. And so if someone else could run that through their system and see what they get for float, I'm just so pissed. But I'm gonna try to. I do think it's a. I do think this is a higher float. I think maybe it's not, but I'm going to 900 shares on it. The market orders are not the best on this. Ah, you piece of garbage. You see this? You see the price action here. This is gosh darn annoying. you see this? No, this is I got to be done with this. I think I got to be done with Zap. Zap is not the right stock. I'm so sorry, guys. That is not the right ticker. That one's to me, that one's pretty dangerous. Now, that's only because I'm trying to get in and out so quick. If you give this time to work, if you give this sucker time to work, you can make money on it. Anybody making money on this? Okay, let me Zap 42. So you're this. I got to size down on it. Gosh darn it, rips. I think it's a high. I think it's a 42 mil. I might be wrong. I'm just pissed. Let's just say that. Are you kidding me, bro? Yeah. I suppose I didn't chase it far enough. Right, Blair? Dude, I had like 40,000 shares down here at $1.08. I could be up a ton of money right now. This makes me sick to my stomach. Not MGOL. I mean, that does make me sick, but this it's not super easy to trade, and I've dug myself in a hole where now, so when you dig yourself in a hole, then you kind of you capitulate that kind of bad trading, and I think that's kind of what's hard to come back from red days is your thinking gets distorted once you're kind of in a hole. Like I'm backed in a hole here, $1,500. The saving grace of that is I have 700 here, which cancels out a good bit where I'm down only 800. Okay, so there's good news. Bad news is I'm down $800, which is okay. I'll take it like a man. So here we go. We got the daily level here of 307, which I'm sure it's going to break it. It feels like Monday. I forgot it's not Monday, it's Thursday. Good morning, K27. So what happened was MGOL ended up failing. This kind of against typical style just kept going. Resumption here, still about 2 minutes out. This is no good. This is no good. That is no good. Hollow. Hollow's definitely got a lot of spice. What's the float on this? Somebody got a float on Hollow? I think Hollow is the one we made a ton of money earlier this year. I think this was the stock that we made 25 G's on. Flow 80 mil. This is sub dollar or sub $2. So it's one that I personally am not too interested in. I'm sort of interested in just coming back tomorrow, honestly, at this point. But let's stick it out. We got a resumption here shortly. About 10 seconds out, 15 seconds out. I'm going to see if we could clean up the red day. I'm just going to plan that what I got right now is probably what I'm going to walk away with. The action on Zap is I'm telling you, one trade could do you in. You know, there's a great example of catching one good trade. Oh my gosh. It really is just breaking out. So extended though. This is when I kind of start to get a little nervous, especially if I'm in the hole already. Oh my gosh, it really is moving. I can't believe it, bro. I am so triggered today. I'm triggered because I had such a phenomenal freaking entry on this thing. But that's the drawback to sizing up early. Not bad for scalping. Not bad for scalping now that I'm a little bit more in rhythm here. The fills are not that great. I still stand by the fact that these fills are shite. Wow. Dude. That's okay. Got it. Nice, bro. I made back most of my money. I'm green on the day. See, you know, that's the whole point of staying positive while also respecting max loss. Good deal. I just made about $1,000 right there in this run up. I was 1450 red. Now I'm 5 red. Shoot. Yeah, the problem is we've broken through kind of the key levels, and now it's like I don't know if it's got any more steam. It might. Hollow is still kind of moving there at $1.16 possible break to 120. I'd have to look at the daily chart on that because Hollow is one. I think we made a ton of money earlier this year, so it's like in that respect we give it a little bit of credit, a little bit of brownie points. It is too extended, but I'm glad to have made back my loss. Now, imagine if I would have been holding my position, I'd be up like 60 grand right now. You know, one of these days I want to do that. One of these days I just want to do that. I want to blow everybody out of the water. I want to say, forget it. I'm not going to do the 50-50 anymore. I'm going to grow out of that. I'm trying to hold on to a little bit of credit. It's hard because everyone's got, you know, all this and that to say. So we got pullback here. Little shaky on that rebound, so I'm just going to take that profit. Haul down 283. Oh, wow. This thing just went straight up. Wow, shit. It's getting a little shaky here. I had to go to freaking hell and back on this one. It's not fun to go to hell and back. We got 69 likes. Appreciate it, guys. Love you guys. It's a little bit of a turbulent morning here so far. I don't know why I bought that. That was foolishness. So I have about $700 on the day. That's a lot better than being down $1,500. Or I mean, that's a lot better than being down, 900, 900, whatever it was. This thing, unfortunately, it's got some selling pressure. It's proven to be quite strong. Now, will it continue to be strong? Maybe. This thing has ripped up quite a bit. Not gonna lie. All down on this. Possibly a halt down on this. Halt down 277. $277. Just breathe. Just breathe. Yeah, well, yesterday I went and bought some gold. This was all I was able to get. Gold's super extended right now. I would not recommend buying gold probably right now. But I actually wanted gold. I wanted to buy gold so I could like touch it. And so I go to the store and they have gold, but it's in this plastic case. And now I don't want to open it up, but I bought it because I wanted to touch, I wanted to play with it. Now I have this, what appears to be gold. Maybe it's not even gold. Maybe it's plastic. I might just cut this bad boy open. Let's do a poll. Well, actually, let's focus on this sucker. This thing kind of looks kaput, so I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, we'll see. Buyers could come in. I had to get out of that break even or small red. See, the bid and the ask on this one are a little screwy. MGOL back through VWAP. This is just a little sliver of gold. Yeah. Yeah. Avatar, the way of the water. Do a live stream for Starbucks where you pay for coffee with your gold. I don't think they'll accept it. I don't know. It was one of those situations where I went to the coin store. The guy was lacked social skills. He was actually kind of rude, and I'm surprised I even bought something. I should have not bought, but he had his son there, so it was kind of like okay. He was kind of like I was like going in there trying to ask questions about gold because it was like my first time getting into gold, and the guy was like either had anger management issues, and I went online, and he definitely has a history of doing this. But I bought from him anyways. Mostly because I felt bad, honestly. MGOL, what the nut? Yeah, halt up is 143. We're right there already, so. Unless this is incorrect. I'm going to bail on that. Like, what the heck? I think that was the right choice. Part of me is like, let's just take the $700. Let's call it a day. Part of me wants to do that. Part of me wants to try to throw together at least $1,000 today. That way I, buy gold at Costco. And when I look back, so he charged me for $385 for 5 grams. And when I looked online to buy this brand, I mean, I definitely did not get ripped off. So that, that's the nice thing. But that guy was just nasty rude. So I'm not going back to his coin store. I'll tell you that. Shoot. Yeah, this has got to be a higher float. These higher price stocks or these I know you guys have said that this is a low float and maybe it is. My thinks okay, wait, no, mine still says 42 million for Zap. We would have to go in and do a little bit more research either to BAM FCC to kind of figure out what exactly is going on. But generally speaking, unless they did a reverse split, let's look at here. What's this say? Did they do a split? I'm trying to see if they did a split or an offering or dilution or something. I don't know. Oh, well. Is what it is. Life rolls on. Who am I to deny what the farmer can do? Who am I to deny what Blair and Mike and Eric and SC can do? Special shout out to Twin. All we do is Twin. She's been here a long time. She's been everywhere, not just this community. I think she would, and I'm gonna have to get her on to tell her story And man, definitely OG. 1 for 20 in April. Right here. Split. Split. Get one. So they actually lowered the price. See, this is where the math kind of gets so it's 1 for 20. So that means you get. See, this is why I didn't do well in school. Who's got the confidence to tell me what the float on Zap is? Who's got the confidence to say what it for sure is? Who's got the confidence to say this is the float and this is it? It should be me right now, but I don't got the time to think about it. I have to trade right now. At this point, I know the rhythm. Forget what the float is. The float tells you a lot, but getting your hands dirty tells you more. At the end of the day, if it's 40 million or 4 million, it doesn't matter. I know the price action on this now. I'm leaning towards a 40 million share float. That's that. If someone blindfolded me, showed me up to this price action we're seeing here, I'd say, yeah, it's probably a mid to higher float stock, whether that's 20, 30, 40 million. I wouldn't, or I would say, nah, dude, the more I think about it, I've seen high float stocks behave like low float. I've seen low float behave like high float. Okay, you get what I'm saying? And I'm not making this stuff up. Right? I've walked up to a person and I thought it was a girl and it was actually a guy. Right? I've walked up to a guy, I thought it was a guy, it was actually a girl. And that has nothing to do with the whole, drama with trans or whatever. That's just, there's some people that you just, I don't know. It has nothing to do with gay or transgender arguments. It's just sometimes you see somebody and it has nothing to do with their sexual orientation, but they just look like the opposite sex. Ah. Dude looks like a lady. Dude looks like a lady. So I pulled out of a red day to green. And that feels good for me. And I know for you guys, since you are human, you don't care. You don't care about my success. What you guys care about is how my success can make you successful. Right? That's all you care about. Right? That's all. And I know that because the first people I taught, that's what it was. Okay. And then people after that, it's the same thing. Right? It's human nature. So let's since you guys are so selfish, some of you. I mean, people like Mike, Blair, love you guys. Eric H, love you. Especially Blair, especially Mike, especially Twin, and especially Zins. I'm just kidding. Green or red? No, Zins are nasty, dude. I remember when those were a thing a while ago. I had to put those down real fast. My buddy was into them. God rest his soul. Hey, what's everything in class? Oh, it bounced. Yeah, I'm just messing with you. How about this? Anybody who's actually Philly cheese are not great. Philly cheese, Philly cheese. I will never forget Philly cheese. My sister will never forget Philly cheese. Philly cheese, you could disappear today. We'd still remember your name 30 years from now. I'm not even kidding. Just because you've been here so long, just as long as anybody I know, and you've been a member. I mean, wow. So if you guys have paid any money towards me, whether that's the YouTube package, whether that's the course, if you bought the course, pat yourself on the back. All right, because I mean, hopefully you learn something from it or continue to learn. I can see how much videos you guys watch. Some people have watched the entire course, so I know it can be done, and I know there's a few people that have done it. And I haven't been able to touch base with everybody who's bought my course. There's been at this point close to 100 people that have taken a leap into Trading Farmer Plus. I've only got to talk to a fraction of them, mainly because I don't have time to talk to everybody, but also because I think some people are just here to learn and peace out, and that I respect that 100%. As a farm kid who's honestly on the verge of shutting down shop here on YouTube and just saying, screw it. I'm just going to go to the farm, just going to live off the land, just going to day trade. So I respect that. What else? Zap, we're going to watch here. What we have on the 5-minute is kind of this big bull flag that has not a terrible look to it on the 5-minute. But we're kind of more on the backside on this, and 288 to 314. That's the kind of trade I wish I would have taken. Oh, I didn't want to do that one. Yeah, so special shout out Philly cheese. Sorry, Philly cheese. You better not leave us, bro. I'm not gonna leave you, bro. Or am I? What do you mean leave? You mean like shut down for the day? Or mean like, oh, okay, I know what you mean. No, I'll stick around YouTube for a little bit longer. I got to make sure my name is my name's not forgotten. When I feel like enough people know my name, when I feel like I've made enough impact, and at least people recognize it, then I'll shut it down. I'll shut it down. And no, my goal is not to take credit for every trader that walks the earth, but I do know the way I traded, and I do know the people I've taught. And I've known the whole story from the start, right? And I think for people that just show up 2 months, I've only been here 2 months. They weren't here back in 22. They weren't here in 2020. They haven't seen the full story. They haven't been able to see how now we're even seeing potentially, everybody switching to 50-50. Even possibly Ross himself now talking about Thinkorswim, and it's like just this whole story is the low flow community is changing. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, what am I saying? Either way, God's been good. I'm a blessed man. Got to remember that. Got to remember that. Oh my gosh, is Zap coming up here? I should be trading this. Ah, gosh darn. Let's take a gander at this thing and see if we can get some money out of this. Let's take a gander. I'm up $1,200 today. Okay, holy shit. We got to pay attention here. Sometimes these just snap, and that's kind of what I'm trying to go for. Ah, it snapped low. I'm going to go size down. That was bad. It's just very shaky. And that is true. It's just choppy. And it's just choppy. Philly cheese. Philly cheese. I'm staying on YouTube. I'm staying on YouTube. And for as long as I have a voice, and as long as I have at least one or two good men by my, on my side, yeah, if you have backstabbed me in any way or have lied about me or what I've done, you better be scared. And I guess name calling is the route maybe you should take. Or I mean, it seems to be it. So for as long as I have a voice, for as long as I have a platform, as long as I have at least a group of guys that stand by me and the values I stand for and the truth that I speak, sometimes it comes off a little bit the wrong way, and I apologize. We're working on that. But I would be scared if you do me wrong or do one of our members wrong, because we're building a family here. Right? Quality over quantity. That's why our Discord is different, right? That's why this chat here is different, right? You go over to other chats, it's like middle school talk, right? So it's not just about me, it's about you guys too. Us as a community deserves respect. And there should be no shame in talking about being a part of this community and or saying. Now, if you're saying crazy, stupid stuff, then I will disown you. A bit of a rejection here. I don't know. Part of me thinks Zap may be done with. Did you see how it froze there? That was not cool. Just stop burping so much. You must be new. You must be new, crazy. New students get a pass. Yeah, John, it is starting to sound a little bit David Koresh-esque. It is sounding a little Waco, Texas over here at Trading Farmer. I can assure you, if this community turns into a cult, you know, I think a lot of people will leave. So we're not going to do that. John's like, what? You were considering it? No. If Farmer ever offers you Kool-Aid, just run. You can follow Farmer with all his weird, little tips and tricks, such as getting these rinky-dink timers and smelling frankincense while trading. But if Farmer ever recommends drinking some Kool-Aid with them out on the farm, run far away. Because chances are it's David Koresh reincarnated. Trading pennies always has already got his escape route plotted. There you go. That's a smart guy. Watching MGOL here interact with the support line. And that didn't bode well for what I was seeing. Could get a dub here, but that's kind of, in my book, a little bit of a long shot because we're out of this support line. Sometimes they do tend to work a little bit. I just got to be careful. I need to have trigger discipline. There we go. Just one in. Just see how it plays out here. I'm not adding big because I don't trust it. Watching that bid. Bid's growing. $122. I bailed. I got $40 on it. So for as long as I got a voice, as long as there's breath in my lungs and someone there to listen, I would be very hesitant to backstab me. Positivity rules all. Yes, you're right, John. Ticker symbol ALUR is good according to a V. That's a bold statement to make. Let's look it up. ALUR. Float. What's the float? Give me a float, John boy. I don't know. It's not bad. I'll give you that fee. That's not bad. That's not a bad call out, but I'm just not sure. I'm not sure what the backstory is on it. I'm trying to see here on this one. MGOL. Okay. I do see something here that I kind of like. Is anybody trading Zap with any effectiveness? We're kind of coming up to the end of fourth quarter here on the trading day. In fact, we got about 2 minutes left on fourth quarter here. So, there might be one more play. I got $1,000 net, 1,100 gross. For me, that's, to put it in perspective, that's a below average day. It's just a small day. It's a $10 day, right? If you're used to making $20 a day, this is like a $10 day. What I'm going to see here is the breakthrough 16, and then we'll go possibly in for the farmer dub false breakdown setup. But I'm not putting a whole lot of emphasis on it working. I'm just saying that as a caution in case anybody wants to try to follow me, which they shouldn't. You're most likely going to lose money. 99.97% chance you lose money if you attempt to mirror trade. Big buyer there. Look at that. 14, 15. That's not where I want to see a buyer. I would like to have seen the buyer come in after the break. It's a logical place here for that buyer to be here. And this is a class we're going to go over how big buyers in logical places act as targets. And so it totally makes sense why there's support here. And you take it as, okay, let me buy a bunch here. But really, this number just kind of becomes a target. And oftentimes they do break. So they're 10, 9, 8, 7, and break. Okay. Let's see if this is where I would like to have seen the buying pressure come in. A little bit of buying pressure there. In fact, I'm going to add a little bit more. Now, I would like to have seen green already. I got to cut the trade as a loss. That should have worked. So that gets me down to 932 on the day. See, that kind of trade there, we'd want to see quicker resolution. So I'm going to get out on that false breakdown, but I might get back in. So now it's kind of working. But there's just not volume. It's just, no. It's probably going to go, but look at this. No, I'm not going in because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to take a big loss. I was in, and I was wanting quicker resolution. I would have already wanted to be out of the trade by now at like $1.22, $1.23. The fact that we're just at $1.18, okay, yeah, it's working, but it's not working equality. You know what I mean? Do you get kind of the idea I'm trying to explain? Anyways, export the file, save. Cool. So $932. That sucks. That's what my sister just said. She on the other end of the house, she yells out in the most monotone voice. That sucks. Yeah, how much money did you make this morning? Yeah. Negative 10 cents. That's right. You want to go to Dutch Bros? Starbucks? IHOP? You were up early this morning. I've been up early every morning for the last freaking 4 years. 5 years. 4:30. Oh, you woke up at 4:30? For what reason? I woke up at 4:30 too. I had to take the dog out. Zap. Is there money to be made on Zap? Oh. 900 shares. Maybe not. Dude, I should not be trading. This is a bad idea. Dude, no. 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 Emergency shutdown. I don't want to open up this can of worms, although it does look like we got the chance to curl here to 384. What's the time on the day? $10, Frank. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. Oh yeah, dude, this stream was totally hot and heavy. Holy crap, dude. I at least lost 2 subscribers this stream. That's how much heat was laid down, or maybe just bad live streaming. Maybe. This thing with Zap kind of does look good. Ah, shoot. What am I doing? Okay, the can of worms has been opened. I'm taking the $70. I probably should have held it. I kind of want to get my money back. Oops. Possible flush here. Careful. Target. I see 350 as a target, but I'm going to cut it at any second. But volume should start to come in as it curls off that low. Assuming it's a higher float, we might need to give it some more time to chop. I'm going to sell all right there. That's just a lethargic pop. That gets me to 1264. That might be where I cut it. That actually takes me, I think, close to high of day at 1264 in profit today. So a little over $1,000. That's not bad for a slow day. That's not too bad. And we're coming up on an hour. So I'm trying to really get back to my roots, which is an hour a day. Keeps my head. I don't know. You can rhyme anything with a day. You know, one cigarette a day keeps my wife away. I don't know. Like, you could do anything. What's the date today? 620. Enter. Import. What's up with TraderView? They have like an identity crisis. They have like we have to change the freaking style every month. I don't even want to look at the month, so I'm not going to. I did get, this is hideous. What did they do? Actually, no, that was kind of cool. Let's go back to that. That looks kind of cool. It looks more modern. So this is how my day went. Started off the day, I lost $700 by 9:30. Literally, it says 9:30, down 700. Then I rallied back. That was that one trade where I was up big, and then I sold out and the bid dropped out, and so I went down that much. Then I rallied. 50% win rate, 50-50. Fees and commissions today, $48. So net P&L, $12.16. After the IRS gets their hands on it, well, it's a lot less, but still, it's good money, right? You guys know that. I know that. But process over profits. If your head is so fixated on, oh, farmer made $1,200 today, I need to make this kind of money today, and you're so obsessed with the money, that's when you start to forget about the process. You start to forget about the rules, and you start to think more emotionally, right? That greed. You give into that greed. Let's just distill it down. And so the most successful traders, yes, there's a lot of different attributes, but one of them is sort of their attitude towards money is one that is not overly greedy, but you have to have that healthy dose of greed to it. And maybe it's greed mixed with impatience. Maybe that's more so the deadly combination. Whatever the case, I've seen it time and time again, right? And this is one of the most common reasons why people fail is they come in and the whole goal is to make money and to make it quick. All right. And then after a few months, when that's not happening, that's when they start to get desperate and they start doing some crazy stuff. They start to gamble, right? They start to throw away the process and the discipline and they start going for, the trades that, if it works, they're a hero, but if it doesn't, they're going to zero. And guess what happens when you go to zero? Your account's gone. You're out of the race. Everybody's going to wake up the next day and trade as if nothing happened. And meanwhile, you're explaining to your wife how you lost 90% of your retirement. Stuff like that happens, usually happens to people who I would call idiots. But I've learned that all of us are guilty of being an idiot from time to time. So it's a mistake that even good, well-meaning people can fall into, and they can lose a lot of money. That's why Trading Farmer Plus is all about going slow. All right, it's all about going slow. I'm going to set you on the safest path. If you want to speed up a little bit, if you want to push it a little bit faster than my recommendation, then you can do that. I'm not going to lose sleep over that, but just be aware of the possible risks. And mind you, everybody's journey will be different. And so my goal is not to just say, hey, everybody's got to do this exact formula, right? There's so many different personalities out there. So it's at the end of the day, I'm here to hold your hand in not a weird gay way. Not that gay is wrong, but I'm not holding anybody's hand in the gay way. I just want to make that clear. Holding your hand as you go, as you navigate this, and little stuff here and there you pick up, and little comments like, hey, buy the dip, and if it doesn't pop up right away, sell it. Little things like that. I've seen how transformative that can be to traders. And there's a whole story behind it, and the story's not going anywhere. But we're going to put it on the shelf for a little bit so you can rest your ears. Just switching your approach to the dips and selling on the apex points, forgetting about the adding as it goes higher. Forget about the first candle to make a new high. Forget about the whole one and done small account way. I mean, for some people that can work, but